I'm very excited this evening to have an opportunity here at the Mexican Heritage Center and Gallery here in Stockton, California, to interview Bridget Tiles, who's actually one of the members of the board of directors. And Bridget, would you please give us a little bit of background and information on this center?
The Mexican Heritage Center and Gallery has been in Stockton for a number of years, but we've only been at this location in downtown Stockton at the corner of Sutter and Market Streets since December last. So we've been here about a year. We are dedicated to showing the artwork of local artists, particularly Mexican-American artists, but not everybody who's a member of our affiliated group is Artistas del Valle. Not everybody's Mexican, but most people are Mexican American, and that's the art that we like to show here. This particular show is unusual because it is the artwork of 3 artists from Sacramento. And I think it's the first show that we've had of artists from outside, a little bit outside the Stockton area. And this is also a little bit unusual in that it's very contemporary art, sculpture and paintings.
Very excited to have an opportunity to interview a very talented artist and sculptor from the Sacramento area, Fernando Garcia. Fernando, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and also I'm looking forward to having you tell us a little bit about some of the sculpture that you have here this evening.
Sure. My name is Fernando Garcia. Yes, I'm from West Sacramento, California, and I'm currently showing here at the Mexican American Heritage Center, and this is some of my art here, and more specifically, this is one of the pieces that I'm showcasing here at the center, and it's called Las Frutas del Indio, and it is based around the fruits of indigenous that we now see in our current culture, and so this is a bronze piece. It was casted in Sacramento, California, and along with the rest of these at the Art Foundry Gallery. I'd like to invite all you guys to come and view my work. I have several pieces here. I would say about 15, 20 pieces. So looking forward to seeing you guys here. Thanks. Hey, this is another one of my pieces. It's called El Potrillo, or White Stallion Horse, fine horse. Sort of in the Mexican culture, in traditional Mexican culture, having a fine horse is almost like having a fine luxury vehicle, and this is sort of my representation of that idea. Hope you guys can come and see it, see this and all the rest of the works that have here at display at the Mexican Heritage Center. Thank you. As you can see here, I've also incorporated acrylic paints and also some high fire bisqueware, and to create a collage of these discarded materials.
This particular work, which is called Hope, is by Sacramento artist Jesus Varela. This is another work we're showing by Jesus Varela called Man Against Nature, which is actually the theme of our show this month. He wants to express his Native American heritage and remember all of the ways that civilization, and particularly European civilization, has operated really not has operated against nature and has not tried to operate or cooperate with nature.
Opportunity to meet with a very talented artist here at the center who is showing currently, Jesus Varela. Mr. Barella, would you be kind enough to tell us a little bit of about yourself and also this beautiful painting that's your painting behind us?
Yes, my name is Jesus Barrera, and I've been painting for more than 30 years. Recently got a master's degree in painting. And the show here that I have, most of the paintings, is called Men Against Nature. And it's just to bring consciousness of what's happening to the environment. And basically, that painting is to bring table discussions, questions. This is one of my favorite paintings behind me. It's called New Hope. And this painting is my favorite because it shows a little girl reading about her culture. And in the background, there's their ancestors. And she's getting the light of hope by the wisdom of her ancestors. So I think children is the new hope of our future. You know, if we teach them well, they learn to appreciate nature and learn about their environment.
Pedro Ramirez.
Pedro Ramirez. And Mr. Ramirez is going to read a poem for us this evening. So I'm really excited to hear this poem.
Thank you. We had a reading tonight, and so here's a poem that I wrote. And I should say that I'm also a professor at Delta College in Stockton here. I teach English, and here's the poem. This is for a relative of mine who's deceased and was the winner of a National Book Award and appeared at the Atherton Theater a couple of times here in Stockton at Delta College. This is called Vic and I Go Fishing. Yesterday I went fishing with Victor, and the sun rose on the eastern horizon. Shafts of light shone through clouds over the Sierra, on paths etched by feet on wild grass and river trails where granite boulder banks rose like cloud tufts. On this day, as we descended to the riverbank, where quiet tide pools stilled the day and where a cast would settle into the rapids to hook a sunlit rainbow trout with sparkled lines of red, blue, yellow, and green, changed like an opal stone. There we sat to fish with rods in hand among the soft swirls of lichen-banked waters. This is how we catch a thinker in America, with a hook tied to a 4-pound nylon line, gnawing it so the line doesn't bust, because we hooked the big one. We learned that there are 10 ways to cast a line, to hook a fish and use bait as simple as masa, but later used to spear them or fish game themselves to us. We have salmon eggs, earthworms, man-made lures, and power bait, and we casted our lines with promises of 1,000 fish, and we wait. Big says, "What a great day, Pete." Yet our lines flowing downriver amongst the sweet scent of ponderosas and sugar pine, sunlight catching our conversation about art, science, math, books, Vallejo and Rethke, Familia, Tina and Betty, friends, music, cars, roadways and highways, foreigners, vacation, vacationers, barrios, raza, the news, primeval love, and fish that didn't take our lines. We fished and drank a bud, relaxed on a cigar, and reminisced about the infinite. Parables, brick wars on Huela's west side front yard, of days combing Huelo's hair, and the promise of pomegranates, cherries, almonds, plums, apricots, and grapes. As the day had no fish and an inch of understanding of the universe, we found ourselves swimming with the rapids, feet up to kick boulders away from our bodies, moving downstream like a raft, banking on fishing another day. Thank you very much for having me on your blog.
And I have this wonderful person who's a member here that's going to tell us all about it.
Hello, I'm Yolanda Herrera Tejada. I have been with the gallery and Mexican Heritage Center for maybe 3 or 4 years. It is so beautiful and so inspirational to know about these artists who live in our valley, who are promoting our children's arts and music and history about Mexico. I love being here. I don't know what else to say because I'm just so emotional sometimes when it comes to my heritage and knowing that I came from a poor family whose parents promoted love, respect, honor, and education. Yes, we all believe in education. And the arts are part of our education. And this is why I enjoy being a part of the Mexican Heritage Center. Thank you.
And I have a very talented poet who is going to introduce herself and read one of her beautiful poems.
Hi, my name is Nancy Aide Gonzalez, and I'm going to read you a poem. It's called Pathways. It will take time, this reconstruction, intervals of breaths, cobblestones of faith, surge of calm, when we come to the recognition that I am you and you are me, interwoven webs of linked networks of bones, flesh, soul. The time has come to occupy the light, for peace to dwell in our hearts, for us to unite, a patchwork, reintegrate cultural differences, put our fingers on disillusionment, heal the chasms our humanity has not been lost. Hearts and hands open, we stand on blades of grass, miles from somewhere, above the stars, galaxies of promise, collages of beauty, scintillating pathways beyond. Thank you.